Welcome, everyone, to Respawn Aim Fire, the kick-ass irreverent gaming podcast. We are here to talk to you today about a lot of great things. Nintendo-related, Star Fox-related, E-Day-related, all sorts of relationships here. It's like an... I was trying to think of, like, the interfamily, like, affair word, but instead I thought of intercostal, which is not that. We're talking about all sorts of stuff. Hey, folks, I'm one of your hosts, Chad Michael Mbop Innes, and we've got our regular co-host here, Adam. Think of another Hanson song, Gumbert.
I don't know any other ones. I think the word you were thinking of was incestuous.
Incest. Thank you. And the man who loves God most of us, Joel, send me to heaven, Campos. How are you, Joel?
What'd you say? The man who what?
I said who loves God most of us. Like most out of all of us.
No, that's just not true. I do have a question for you, Chad.
Blaspheme. What?
What Pokemon is this?
Well, you gotta get your blur out of the way. Hold on, I gotta zoom in this window 1,000 times.
It's like a black dog.
Oh, yeah. That's the one who loves the sandwiches, who's about to die, and then you got to feed him sandwiches. Yeah.
What's his name?
Grumpelstiltskin.
What's the guy's name behind him?
Arden.
You're so close. His name's Arvin.
Fuck
And
me.
I honestly don't even know how to say this Pokemon's name. Mabosstiff?
Oh. Yeah,
I remember playing
Yeah.
the game and I was like, I don't even know how to say that. I'm reading it. I don't know if what I'm saying in my head is right, but yeah.
All I know is dude loves sandwiches more than fucking that diddler kid and that guy from Subway. Jared Fogle. Yep. That dog loves Subway. If you want to hear us talk about Subway, usually, this has not been the case for the last several weeks, but usually you can catch us on Monday evenings around 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can catch us on demand, usually on Wednesday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. That's probably not going to be the case this week either, since we're recording on a Tuesday late at night. But we've got some housekeeping. First thing on our housekeeping is we have a barf game. That's our backlog accomplishment with Respawn and Friends. That's the game that you choose each month for us to play from our backlog that you want to see us talk about. And that is Super Mario Galaxy 2. So you all chose that. We chose to make it 2 months. You have until the end of May to finish it. If you don't, we dock your pay. So go play that game. If you have thoughts about it, write in. Let us know your thoughts. RespawningFire@gmail.com. Tweet at Adam Gumbert. Adam, do you still have a Twitter? Do any of us have a Twitter?
I don't even have one. I don't use it.
have one.
I go to the Respawning Fire Twitter just to post a tweet once a week that says, listen to our episode.
I use Twitter to find like video game deals, and that's about it.
Yeah, I follow Wario64, and that's it. My Twitter handle is here for Wario64, and that's literally it. What was I even saying? Yeah, let us know that you wanna talk about Mario Galaxy. You can be on the show. This episode has been electric with energy, and if you want to be part of this electric energy, you can do that on our Barf episode. If you're a patron, you also have early access to whatever the fuck we did. Oh, we did a Rafter Dark. What was the Rafter Dark about this month?
I was just thinking about that the other day. It's like Joel talked about something that doesn't help.
What? Yeah, what did I talk about? My surgery?
We talked about your surgery again, and peanut butter.
No, that was the last one. No, maybe not. I don't know.
No, that was this one, because the one before that was Game Pretty.
Yeah, you're right.
Which everyone has access to now, live over on our things. You can go watch that. Go find out what our Patreon episode is this month, and let us know. Tweet at us. We won't check it. That's our housekeeping. We're going to get right into the juicy news. Star Fox announced and details, says Tom Phillips at
I thought you were going to say
IGN.
announced and delayed. I thought that's what you were about to say.
Announced and delayed, and the entire team laid off. Nintendo has announced a new Star Fox game. Just to be clear, that's not the case. It has been announced and is coming. Nintendo has announced a new Star Fox game for Nintendo Switch 2. Ooh, exclusive. Simply titled Star Fox, which will release on June 25th, 2026. Star Fox creator Shigeru Miyamoto and Nintendo producer Yoshiaki Koizumi introduced the new game, which they revealed as a remake of Star Fox 64 for the Nintendo 64, which is a remake of Star Fox for the Super Nintendo, which was spiritually remade as Star Fox Adventures on the GameCube. Star Fox is a cinematic take on the Star Fox 64 game featuring newly overhauled character designs, freshly revamped looks for each stage, plus detailed cutscenes, fully voiced dialogue, and a sweeping orchestral soundtrack, Nintendo said in an announcement about this remake, not the 3DS Nintendo 64 remake. In terms of new content, the Switch 2 version includes a prologue mission featuring Fox's father, new cinematic cutscenes that allow players to discover more about the Star Fox team, a challenge mode, and a suite of multiplayer scenarios, including online play. Star Fox will be the second game with pricing confirmed to feature Nintendo's new pricing policy, where Switch 2 exclusives will have different costs based on whether you buy them physically or as a digital download on the Nintendo eShop. Star Fox will cost you a cool $50, and physical copies will be priced at a hot $60. Boys! Star Fox. This story, tale as old as time. It's like William Shakespeare. Every story ever in the last 500 years is just a retelling of something Shakespeare already wrote. Every Star Fox game ever made is just a retelling of the same Star Fox game. How does this one strike you? How does this new telling of the same story? How does it strike you?
I'm intrigued. I enjoy the gameplay of Star Fox 64. That's a game that I don't think I've ever actually beaten, just because I always get to a point to where I'm like, all right, I've had my fun with this. And then I stop and then remember, oh shit, you're not allowed to save this game.
You hit that point in the first 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Because the game is only like 30 minutes long.
Yeah, that's I hit that point, Chad. I hit that point every time. To be fair, I haven't played it since I was a kid, but I do enjoy the gameplay of it. I love the voice dialogue in the N64 game. Just, I don't know. Is it, what's his name? Pippi?
Slippy.
Oh,
Peppy,
I was right there.
Peppy's the donkey, yeah.
That's a donkey?
Yeah.
Why did I think that was a
Peppy
rabbit
the donkey,
my
Slippy
whole
the
life?
frog. Wait, I think it's a donkey. Peppy Star Fox animal. We should be able to know by the new, very realistic one. Oh my god, it's a rabbit. Fuck, it's
he's
a
a
rabbit.
rabbit.
I'm not crazy.
My whole life, he's been a donkey.
I do think the Star Fox design is pretty weird, and the people that are just
Fuck, I
like,
see the rabbit now. Now this is nothing but a rabbit. How did I ever see a donkey?
especially because he's chubby. Like, oh man, that's a really chubby donkey.
Hold on, let me see N64 graphics. Let me look up that. Okay, N64 graphics. It is his little thumbnail is a little less clear. Sorry, continue your thought.
I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, the graphics, the kind of like the design for Star Fox himself. It is kind of like, I don't know, off-putting. I don't know what they did.
Oh, dude,
I haven't seen the Super Mario Galaxy movie yet, but from like the screen grabs I've seen online and stuff, it seems like that's a much better design for Star Fox. But yeah, I don't know. Adam, you played Star Fox?
I have played the one Star Fox game that they've put out multiple times. Yeah, I mean, it's a good game. This whole retelling, I mean, whatever. They're remaking a game, buy it or don't. I'm not necessarily interested in it, especially at the price point. Yeah, I don't see spending $50 for a 2-hour video game being worth my time or my money if I even had a Switch 2. But I mean, you know, it's a hit, so keep putting the hits out. I think they're talking about the updated graphics. I like everyone's design except for Fox himself. again, we just saw that Mario Galaxy movie, and Fox was a main character and was really, really cool. And then they're like, okay, what if we made him look like a puppet again? And it's just like, I don't know. I like the one in the movie. I don't like the weird puppet looking guy. So only Fox specifically, I think, looks like garbage. I think it's because his mouth is so short.
It's his mouth. It's his mouth, right? Like, that's the thing that's so off-putting about him. Maybe it's because his head is so wide, but his mouth is kind of skinny and his teeth are small.
They were making the joke that, like,
it.
when you breed dogs and, like, the snout gets smaller and smaller as they get inbred throughout the years, and, like, that's what happened to Fox. So I think Fox looks ugly. But I think the rest of it looks... I think the game looks good, and the characters look good, and there's more content, and that's neat and everything. But the... would Adam go out and spend $50 for a 3-hour video game? Probably not. But cool, it's there.
I agree with you that the game itself looks great from a like artistic technical perspective as well. It feels like these very rich environments, especially compared to the source material, and that is a testament to the power of the Nintendo Switch 2. So I'm very happy that they are like so early in this console's life cycle, they are committing to this generation. They're like, you are going to buy a Switch 2 if you want to play the newest, latest, and greatest, whether that's Donkey Kong Bonanza or Mario Kart World or Star Fox 64 or Pokopia. And I wish we saw that more from everyone else. Like, what was it? Probably 3 or 4 years of PlayStation titles that were both on PS4 and PS5. And so I am so happy to see Nintendo immediately just saying, all right, Switch 2 is where you play this exclusively. So I was a big fan of that. As far as the game itself goes, Star Fox 64 was cool. I played it as a kid. I played it on my 3DS. I beat it and felt no need to go back to it and play it over and over again because it was, I mean, you got the experience. Yeah, there's a couple branching paths, but most of the game you play the same. I don't know. It's the thing though that I think looks super fun is the game chat on Nintendo Switch 2. If you have this game and you are using the game chat feature, which already limits the audience to 2 people ever. If you are using the game chat feature and you are talking online and you have Nintendo Switch Online and you're using that feature, you can have this AR overlay that lets you be these fucking creatures. And so while your friends are playing games with you, and in fact, you can be playing separate games and just talking and sharing your screen with each other, and you can be talking as Fox McCloud, as Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah, Chad,
Slippy the Frog.
Let's be realistic, all right? Look at this man's camera. This is like an 8K camera pointed straight at his face in the most perfect lighting you could possibly think of. If you're sitting 20, 15, 10 feet from your couch and this thing's trying to pick up what you're doing, that Fox thing is going to be like, its neck is going to be snapping like the whole time.
But that's part of the joy. Like, that's what I find. It's just going to create laughs. Like, it's going to be so funny to watch that for the 10 seconds and then we all move on to something else.
Well, look at the bottom of the screen right here. You're telling me that this guy is just staring off to the side of his fucking screen? Like, look at the head. It's just like going,
Yep. I can't fucking wait. To see all the wonderful things created with that little overlay. I do think this is a nice thing on the screen where you can play the whole game with the N64 NSO controller. But like Adam, I do not find like the 50. Great, you remade the game. Great, it looks really good. $50 is a lot to ask for a 45-minute game that we've all played 6 times before, and they've added some new modes to it. Cool. I'm not going to play them. So, love it for those of you who are into it and who this was like your whole childhood and this is all you played and this is your personality. Awesome. I hope you like it.
Well, one really funny thing, again, I agree with everything Chad said. If you want, talking about the, this is the funniest video in the world, talking about the game chat, whatever.
I want us to be able to do that. I want to do the podcast with those game chat avatars.
Oh my God. If you haven't, so there's we all like Kind of Funny, and there's a show called The Buzz where they just talk about the weekly schedule. And Mike did it as Cosmo Kenny, where he just did like a VTuber thing where it's a little fox.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's the funniest fucking 8 minutes of a video I've ever seen in my life. It's just him doing the fake fucking VR chat, laughing and screaming as Cosmo Kenny. It looks exactly like that Star Fox thing, and it's very, very funny. I would suggest anybody watch that. The video's called Mike's Become Star Fox, kind of. But anyways.
Can't wait. All right, Star Fox coming this summer, June 25th. I think. What was it? Yeah, June 25th.
June 25. Yep.
Let's move on to playtime. We're talking about what we played this week. Playtime. Cozy's name is still on this list. Cozy, what did you play? Where did you go? We should have that guy back. It's been too long. Joel, did you play something other than cards this week?
I did play something other than cards.
Ooh,
I
what'd you play?
played a little game that nobody knows about called Mixtape. I didn't beat it yet.
Oh,
I'm like 75% of the way through it, but yeah, as soon as like reviews came out and everybody's like, "Oh, this game is a 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10," you know what I mean? Like across the board, glowing reviews. I was like, "All right, I'm intrigued. I'll check it out." And then I found out it was on Game Pass, so it was an easy game for me to be like,
shit,
"Yo,
yeah.
Elise, let's go. We're sitting on the couch. We're gonna play a game." And she, every time I say that, she's like, "Oh boy, like here we go. I'm going to start playing the game with Joel, and then he's going to have to play through the rest of the game." No, Elisa is very invested in this. Like, the soundtrack is awesome. The story's great. Yeah, they're doing amazing things with this game. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. Like, the game's literally called Mixtape, and, like, of course it's got to have a banger soundtrack. It takes place...
Of songs that, like, I honestly have never heard before in my life, but I'm like still super into this whole game, which I think is impressive.
I've definitely heard some of the songs, but most of them I've never heard before. But I don't know, the way that they make the songs interact with the story and like the story beats of, like there's literally a mission where you skip rocks. There's like a little mini game in the game where you skip in rocks, and then some music starts playing, and it makes that moment in the game so much more awesome and enjoyable. And I don't know, it makes you feel this game so much more, and it really shows like what a soundtrack can do for any piece of media, right? Like in this case it's a video game, but like if you had a movie with really good score, it amplifies that movie greatly, you know what I mean? So yeah, this game, it's awesome. I think everybody should check it out. It's, I have on here, if you're watching on YouTube, it's a full playthrough of the game. It's 2 hours and 38 minutes. So yeah, it's roughly between 3 and 5 hours to play through, depending on, your play style. If you're going to try and wander around and look at everything, it's very much a linear game, but it is a ton of fun. The art style is awesome. The music's amazing. Story's great. Yeah, you got to check it out. It's really good. Quick play too.
Yeah, on my list, that's what Dream Girls is. My list today is all Eddie Murphy movies, and Dream Girls being about music, Mixtape, blah, 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 blah. I did play Mixtape, and I beat Mixtape basically all in one sitting. And what I really love about it is the accessible gameplay, which I'm sure makes Elise a big fan of it too.
Yep.
But it's my friend Randy was playing it with me, and he's like, "What genre do you even call this game?" And I'm like, "I don't. It's like walking simulator, kind of visual novel, kind of. I really don't know what to call it, but it's a little bit of that Telltale gameplay where you just kind of walk around a space and interact with objects, and then each object is just an excuse for you to hear these three teenagers talk, like normal ass teenagers do about hilarious teenage things." And it's just this whole thing is just a shining vehicle for the writing, which I think is incredible and fantastic. And the acting in it is obviously brings that writing to life really well. So what I do really like is that the items that you're interacting with through the gameplay very frequently end up as like almost like Family Guy skits where they're like, "Remember that one time where blah, blah, blah happened?" And then it cuts to a random flashback, and then you watch that flashback play out, and then you come back to the normal day. That's kind of what this is, where remember when here's a Polaroid of that one place where we did this, and then you go and you do a thing. So yeah, had a great time with it. Thought it was fantastic. I'd probably give it like a 8.722 out of 9.7.
I hate your rating system.
So 8.722 out of 9.7. You heard it here first.
I think I'm more intrigued to see kind of where they go with this, right? Like I saw I hate that people use AI for this kind of stuff, but somebody posted like screenshots of what a proposed, mixtape based in like Brooklyn would be, where, it's like, two black dudes, a Puerto Rican friend, and like their, friend, just like what that would be like, right? Like, could there be a hip hop version of this, of a coming of age story? But it's also like, can they really just keep doing coming of age stories? You know what I mean? Like they're all
Right.
more
Yeah.
or less the same. I mean, I guess they could tell like a different coming of age story, right? Like maybe kids going from middle school to high school, right? That's a different time frame of where people go through things, through life changes. I don't know. I think
Oh
a
yeah, I
story.
guess we didn't tell people like this game is all about three teenagers on the last night before they like split up after high school, and one of them goes
Yeah.
their separate ways to go off on an adventure. So they're just like trying to soak in and make this the best night. She's planned a mixtape and a perfect soundtrack to how she wants the day to go from start to finish. This fucking minigame. This is how I
Yeah.
knew this game was being incredible.
Yeah, I was just
So
bashing these tongues
she's
together.
planned this soundtrack for the entire day and says, "All right, this moment's going to happen, and then we're going to go do this, and this song is the perfect song for that." So and then of course nothing ever goes to plan. So it's fantastic. It's great. Go play mixtape. If you don't have it on Game Pass, I think for the first week, for the first some amount of time, it is on sale for $17.99, but then it's normally $20. So
Yeah,
go buy it.
great game.
Did you play anything else, Joel?
No, that's really the only game that is not physical that I played.
I got a question for you.
Yup.
Why is there a 5 in parentheses next to your name?
Oh, because I had 5 points for some game we played at one point.
Why is it a whatever? Okay, whatever you say, man.
There's already a Joel on this network, so we're gonna name you Joel too. Adam, why is there an 82 next to a bullet on your list?
Yeah, so I recently reviewed Directive 8020, which is the new video game from the people at Supermassive, the people who made
Oh,
The Quarry and the Dark
The
Pictures
Quarry.
games, and this is a new Dark Pictures and also the people who made what's the one with the cabin and the kids and Anna Paquin.
they just made a
Until
movie.
Dawn.
Until Dawn, yeah.
Yes, it's the people who make the interactive horror games, and Directive 8020 is the newest game from them. It's technically a Dark Pictures game, but there's not much of it in the title. They're just like, hey, just jump into Directive 8020. So basically what it is it's the idea of those games. It is an interactive horror game. You make decisions. Your characters can die at any moment, that sort of a thing. But they have taken, I think, 4 years since the last game came out, and they've taken some time to refine the gameplay. It's now an Unreal Engine 5. They're like, okay, we were putting out too many of those games back to back. Like at a certain point, they put out one a year was the plan. So it was like Man of Medan, and then it was the one with Will Poulter, and then it was the, the one that we played with the mature students.
Little Town, Little Hope, No Pope, or something like that.
Yeah, Little Hope. And then they took a little bit of a step back because I feel like, some of those games maybe had declined in quality. They took some time, and then this game came out, and it is, in Adam's personal opinion, the best Supermassive game that they have made.
Whoa!
I think
better
it is
than The Quarry?
I think it is on the same level as The Quarry or Until Dawn. I think it's right in that same range.
Wow.
Personally, I like it more. And there's a couple of reasons, right? So it's this sci-fi adventure where you're a group of astronauts who are on a ship who are going to a planet because humanity is trying to settle a new planet because the Earth is dying. And then on your way there, some shenanigans happen. Maybe an alien rock penetrates the ship, and then
Penetrates, huh?
yeah, penetrates real hard. Shenanigans ensue, and the whole game is basically very Alien or The Thing coded, where this alien can replicate and become members of your crew and is out there to try to kill you. And and the game goes on. There's revelations and more things happen, but the basic idea is like, yes, there is an alien on the ship that can look like a person, and we are trying to survive while we're out here in space and trying to deal with this problem. But the actual story itself, I fucking love. I think I like it more. Like the MacGuffin, because huge spoilers, but like The Quarry is about werewolves, and Until Dawn is about Wendigos, and they all have like their monster thing that they're doing. This one I like a lot. I like the whole alien, the thing, it's replicating you, it's trying to infiltrate the crew and kill you kind of a thing. There are wild twists in the story that I'm like, holy, they really did some really good shit here. It's like my favorite twist of their games. But also, gameplay wise, it's not just walking around like a small room and then a cutscene happens. Like the game is still very much, you're doing cutscenes, you're doing decisions and all that. But like there are a lot of sections of the game where you just walk around like the ship, like fully 3D survival horror kind of a feel, and you have stealth sections where you literally have to like hide and move around a 3D space, like with actual, like playing an actual video game while this thing is trying to hunt you down. And it's like, oh wow, I'm actually playing a video game. I'm not just watching it.
It's not just QTEs.
Not just QTEs. That is there as well. That stuff is, never went away, but there's actually like a survival horror video game here now, on top of that other stuff. And then they also introduced turning points, which we've sort of seen before, where it's like, here's a branching tree of all the decisions and where they lead, right? But at any point in the game, you can go backwards and go the other route or try to do something different without having to restart an entire game. You can literally just hold down your button, go back to this branching point, figure out what you want to do. So it kind of helps if you don't want to play that way. If you want to play the traditional way, you can. It's not a big deal. But it was nice to be like, okay, maybe you fail a stealth section, or you made a decision that you just wanted to see what would happen if you went this way. Like, oh, that was a crazy death to see. Now I want to go back to the real thing I was going to do. It gives you that opportunity to do it from the beginning, and it's a lot less friction if you want to see all the stuff. Because this game I actually want. So I've played all those games and I've never gone back to like do collectibles or find out the other paths. And this one I actually did. I was like, oh, I actually want to know what's happening. Like there's an entire story thread about like you can find out a secret very early on in the game that I never did. And like this is like it's a major plot point that like you're like on episode 8. It's like, did you find that secret in episode 2? If not, you can't see this cutscene. It's like, oof, I want to go back and figure out what that shit is. So again, all that stuff is cool. It is basically the most polished Dark Pictures game that they've had, along with actual gameplay, and I love it. The cast is great. It's got Lashana Lynch from Captain Marvel and 007, and she's been in a bunch of stuff. She's like the main character, but the cast is great. The graphics are great. The story is cool. Gameplay is good. I liked it a lot. I really liked it. I'm like, this is my favorite of their games. So, congratulations. Check it out, everyone. It's out now. It was really cool. Chad, any chance we're going to play this? Because I know you've played a lot of their games before, right?
I did just wishlist it. The next time that I have an excuse to sit down with somebody and play through a game together, I might buy it and play it.
Oh yeah, I didn't do this because I was playing for review, so you're a lot of times under embargo. I'm not supposed to tell people you have games and stuff. But there is the movie night mode where you can. I think it's 4 or 5 players, and everyone can take control of certain people during the story. Like they've done in the other. So that's like does come
that's
back.
The only way I like to play these games is with people.
Yeah,
and like trading off the controller, those kind of things. So, yeah, next time I have that opportunity,
you should do it. I would highly recommend this if you've ever liked any of those games or like Telltale games. This is one of the better ones. About 8 hours, I think. If you just do a straight playthrough, if you want to explore. Again, like there's actually open areas. If you want to explore and collect stuff, you can go back and add more time. But if you just do a straight playthrough, about 8 hours. 8 chapters, an hour a chapter, do the math. So yeah.
Did we play through a dark... I feel like I have this hazy memory of us... Did we play through that together all in one sitting, me, you, and Cozy?
Mm-hmm, we did, and we were using like the PlayStation like share feature or whatever.
That's right. I was like, there was something weird about it. We were using the share play feature to virtually hand the controller to somebody.
Yeah.
That's right.
Unlike that game, I actually got to the end with all of the people that mattered survived. Unlike our Little Hope one, where I think basically everyone died. It was tough.
The mature student?
Mature student.
Yeah.
There was a 70-year-old woman who said she was a college student, and like, there's no way that is not possible. But yeah, no.
That's like a 70-year-old woman saying she's Lilith in the Borderlands movie.
Look, they're all problems that we've had to deal with recently. But yeah, Directive 8020, good. Check that one out. Highly recommend. I gave that a 9 out of 10 for what it's worth. If you want to go to GameSandwich.com and read my review, I liked it a lot. And my other 2 things on here, Mortal Kombat ×2. You could probably guess what happened here. So Mortal Kombat 2 came out to movie theaters recently.
Yes,
not on HBO Max yet. It will be for the whole family, but not at the moment. But Mortal Kombat 2, so good. It knows what it is. Let me tell you. Between watching that and Mario Galaxy, it's like one of these movies, they're both very light on story or character, but one of these knows what it is, and the other one is just like, look at the pretty colors. And Mortal Kombat is the one that knows what it is. So I very much enjoyed that movie. The fights are good. Choreography is great in that. And yeah, we get straight into, I love sequels. They're just like, we don't have to explain the bullshit. Let's just fucking go straight to the shit you want to see.
You don't have to explain literally anything.
No, we're just doing the tournament. We're here.
I honestly enjoyed the first movie quite a bit for how bad it was. That dude's not in this one, the main guy.
Cole Young's in the movie. He's just, they don't show him in the trailer very much for a very specific reason because nobody likes him. But he is in the movie. He's in the movie.
I remember that movie being like rough in terms of, there was a point like, you know how he goes like whatever fucking Super Saiyan or whatever when he fights and he gets all this, you know, basically some sort of armor on, but it looks like rubber. And there was a specific scene in that movie I remember watching that I had paused on where he's like, the shots from behind him and he's doing like some weird arm movement and you can see the seam in the back of the fucking rubber thing because they weren't aligned. And I was like, oh my God, how did this make it into the movie?
Yeah, no, this movie is I think it's better than the first. I like the first one. I think the first one's fun and enjoyable and, you know, whatever. I think this movie's better. Again, they get straight to it.
That was a COVID movie, wasn't it, right? It was released straight to HBO Max? Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I guess it was made before COVID. But yeah, like Shao Kahn's in here doing stuff. The Liu Kang, Kung Lao fight that, you know, is showing off in the trailer. We're not spoiling stuff. It's fucking sick. Like, there's some good-ass shit in this movie, man. It's a fun time. Chad, I'm assuming you saw it as well since you're talking about it.
Yeah, I saw it this weekend. It was fun. I looked over to my friend at the end. It was like some badass fights, some funny lines from Kano. That's all I could want from this movie.
Kano's great. Give that man all the work. Holy shit, he's so good in these two movies. He's literally like the best character in those two movies. This is crazy. Carl Urban's good. He's fine, but the movie is more fun than anything. So, but on top of that, there's times two more Mortal Kombat. I watched this movie and like everybody else, I'm like, I would like to play Mortal Kombat now. So I started playing Mortal Kombat 1, which is the latest release from the studio, from Ed Boon and Company. And I had never played it. So here's the thing is that I'm not great at these games, or I don't want to put time into getting good at fighting games. I did when I was younger, but now I'm like, I'm not wasting my fucking time to actually learn this stuff. But the thing about NetherRealm is they've always done really good campaigns, like between Injustice and all the Mortal Kombats. It's like, if you just want to sit down for a couple hours and dick around and play a story mode, like, they're awesome for that. And I think a couple, like 4 or 5 months ago, this went on to Game Pass, so I downloaded it. Fucking massive download, by the way. It's like 170 gigs. It was crazy.
I mean, the graphics on their games are always so fucking good.
Yeah, I just downloaded the 4K stuff. I'm like, don't give me the basic shit. Give me the good stuff. But I've been
playing... Which is funny because the graphics on the Switch version of it are like horrendous.
Oh, yeah, I remember that original Switch version was crazy. But yeah, no, I've been playing through the campaign on this. The basic idea is that I think it was 11 or 12 was the last one. And I played all the story in the DLC for that. Basically, Liu Kang becomes a god and restarts the universe is the basic idea of what happens in that. So this one is what's called Mortal Kombat 1 because it's restarting the timeline. So it's all the characters you know, but there's like new dynamics and there's like, as far as I'm very early on, but like Scorpion and Sub-Zero are friends at the point in the game that I'm playing. It's like, oh, these guys are bitter enemies. Like, no, they're hanging out with Liu Kang, who's a god, and Raiden is just a guy now. He's not a god anymore because Liu Kang's the god. And, you know, again, I'm very early, but it's having fun and changing things up and making things different. But it's also just a beautiful game, and it's fun to kick guys and stab them and stuff. So, Mortal Kombat 1, play it if you want to, I guess. It's a fun, I don't know, however long the campaign is, I'm going to have a good time.
Put that on the back of the box.
Have fun with it, I guess.
Play it if you want to, I guess.
But no, it's been enjoyable. So, a good week. Mortal Kombat, Directive 8020. I'm all about my gore, you know?
Love it. We already talked about Mixtape, which was my Dream Girls. And then Nutty Professor on here is another Eddie Murphy movie, which I also realized that like the reason why I chose Nutty Professor is something that I can't really explain for this game. It's Saros. Otherwise, it becomes a little bit of a spoiler territory. But I beat Saros.
I think I know what you're talking about. Do you talk to animals?
Maybe.
Do you talk to aliens?
This is Nutty Professor, not Dr. Dolittle.
Hey, I don't know. There could be a connection there in your brain.
Is this a farty situation, Chad?
It's not a farty situation.
You remember that?
But Nutty Professor, Saros. Last week we talked about it. I was 8 hours in. I was enjoying the gameplay loop. It was very satisfying. this what's driven me to the end of the game, and honestly, like there was a point at which I could have gone and fought the final boss, and I was like, I want to go back and find a lot of these audio dialogue clips. I want to go find some of these things. I want to go back and see if I can, I have this new power. It's Metroidvania-esque in some ways, and I have this new power that I'm going to go back and see if I can access some of those areas and get a couple more things and level up my skill tree. So then I beat the game, had a fucking blast killing the hell out of that final boss. And then what I really liked is it's not as like abstract of a story as Returnal was, but there's a lot of like, you can piece together some things yourself and kind of understand what happened and what's happening and the purpose of the game and all that kind of stuff. But then there's an epilogue to the game after you beat the game. It's like, hey, go talk to so-and-so. They're in the middle of this level. And you realize there are like important things to the story that are represented in parts. Like the levels themselves are procedurally generated, but they will always have this banyan tree over there. They will always have this workshop in the cathedral. It's like, go meet this person in the workshop. Go meet this person at the tree. And you learn little bits and pieces more of that story to take it from like abstract to like a little bit more concrete. And as you're doing that, I started to think about Arjun Devraj, which is the main character of this game, as like a PlayStation, I don't want to say icon, but like as one of the main things. Like, can he be the face of PlayStation? A tentpole. Like, yeah, can they put him up on posters and make you care about him in the same way that they do Astrobot or Kratos or Nathan Drake or Aloy? And I don't think they can. And it's not because he's not white, because obviously his name is Arjun Devraj and he's not white. But it doesn't work because there are spoiler things in the game that, like, this isn't a character that I think you're supposed to, like, you're not supposed to get behind this character like a typical hero in a game. And there are all sorts of ways that you empathize with him and what he's going through. There are all sorts of ways that you, like, root for him. But he's not a person at the end of the day where, like, man, that's my guy. I am an Arjun Devraj fan. And so, like, I don't know how or if they continue to make this guy a thing. Like, I don't know. Maybe they just don't want to do that with Housemarque, because they didn't do that with Celine. Like, Celine's not the face of, like, an IP that from Returnal that anyone... So, yeah, if I wanted Arjun to be one of those things, like a staple and something that might return to, but to be honest, I don't know how or if we do after this.
I feel like Housemarque just wouldn't do that
completely fresh,
because they won't come back to the same character. I mean, they haven't before. So, yeah. But also, PlayStation has no problem with giving you characters who actually suck, but just like, they look cool, so they're awesome. You got to think about it. Kratos, a lot of bad stuff in his life. Aloy, terribly boring, but they still put him on boxes. You know.
Yep. But yeah, great game. Fantastic game. Had a great time with it. I don't think I'm going to go back and get the Platinum Trophy, because there's a lot of absolutely ridiculous trophies. One of them is like complete an entire biome and beat the boss and don't get hit once.
And that's bullshit. Come on. We're not doing that.
Nope. So yeah, Saros. Highly recommend. Dr. Dolittle. Boys.
Did you went to the zoo?
A childhood dream of mine has come true this week. I don't know if you are familiar with a young man by the name of Drizzt Do'Urden. Adam, you probably are.
I know somebody named Do'Urden. Wasn't there an actor?
The Dungeons and Dragons Forgotten Realms.
Oh, Drizzt.
Universe.
Yeah, I just know by his first name. I don't know by his last name. Yeah, that's true.
Drizzt Do'Urden. Dr. Dr. Do'Urden Doolittle. Dr. Doolittle. This kid, and he's 25 in most of the video games that he showed up in as a kid, whether it was like Baldur's Gate or Dark
He's an
Alliance.
elf, isn't he? Like 300 or something?
He's a drow elf, but no, he's 25 when he heads off on his own coming out of the academy. Why do I know this? Because I thought he was the coolest fucking character on the planet. He's this drow elf in the Underdark. He has 2 magical scimitars. He has a fucking pet panther that is like, there's this little panther like talisman that he carries around with him, and then Guinevere the panther like comes out and attacks people. He's so fucking cool. And when I was a kid, I was like, I want to know everything about this guy. I want to live in the world that this guy is in. And so I bought this really enormous book. There's a whole series of books written by R.A. Salvatore about him.
Yeah, what are those called?
A series of unfortunate events.
No. There's the thing. If you were into D&D in the early 2000s, you fucking loved Drizzt with a fucking passion. He was like the guy.
Yep. And
I don't even know who you're talking
so
about.
I bought that first book.
character from
Google
D&D.
that bitch. Google that bitch.
What's his name? How you spell it?
Drizzt.
Drizzt.
Yep.
Driz got Riz. So I bought that book as a young teen, and it's like the size of 3 Bibles stacked on top of each other. And as a young teen with ADHD, I never made it past like page 50. And I know the beginning of that book, and I've read it like 3 or 4 times. I know the very beginning of that book so well. But I knew at the time that there was also a graphic novel version of that. Like they had made that book into a graphic novel. I was like, I would fucking love to read that. It was never made digital. I didn't know where the fuck to find graphic novels as a kid. And so I never got to read it. But your boy last night decided, I'm going to do something after work to kind of like unwind, that like people like to read and shit like that. I'm going to just go sit out on my porch, my dog in my lap, get out my iPad, and find a alleged scan of these graphic novels, because you can't buy them physically. I saw like graphic novel 1, which you read these in like 20 minutes, is like going for $60 or $70 for that 50-page comic.
Oof.
So it was like I found a couple of scans of the whole verse. I've now read through almost the entire first book worth of graphic novels in about an hour on my porch, and it's like, this kid is so fucking cool. So I think there are like 2 more books made with Drizzt in them, so probably another couple hours of me reading it. But yeah, found them.
I'm looking at on Amazon for Kindle, The Legend of Drizzt, 33 book series. R.A. Salvatore was out there making his money.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, so that's Dr. Dolittle. And that's all the games I played too, and all the things related to gaming that I did this week. Let's move on to our quest log, where we talk about some other things that happened this week. Number 1. Back to Nintendo. Switch 2 increase incoming, says Andy Robinson at VGC. Nintendo has announced that starting next month, it will offer Nintendo Switch 2 console bundles, including a digital game for $500. The Choose Your Game bundle will be available at select retailers and allow purchasers to redeem digital versions of either Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, or Pokemon Pokopia. The new game bundles arrive ahead of an announced price rise for the Nintendo Switch 2, which will go into effect starting September 1st, raising the base console's price to $500. Here's a quote. In light of changes in market conditions and after considering the global business outlook, Nintendo will revise the manufacturer's suggested retail prices, MSRP, of the Nintendo Switch 2 system and the Nintendo Switch systems, the company said. So, if you want to get out there and get yourself a Nintendo Switch 2 system before it goes up in price, now is your time. And in fact, you can get it and get a Star Fox for the same price as you'll be able to just get the system itself in a couple of months. So maybe go buy this.
And there's
this
a Switch 2 bundle.
Old system. Is there a Switch 2 Star Fox bundle?
Not for Star Fox. There's a Nintendo Switch 2 Choose Your Game bundle, where if you buy a Switch 2, you can choose it. Oh,
yeah,
sorry. I was
just read that Mario Kart World, Bonanza, or Pokopia.
He was
dude.
out of it.
It's late.
It is.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, they're advertising this as a new thing. That was already the case with the Mario Kart World bundle. Like, it was $500 with Mario Kart World, but now you can have a choice of Bonanza, Pokopia,
which is great.
Or Mario Kart World. Yeah.
Which is great.
Which is also great because Mario Kart World is an $80 game. Bonanza is a $70 game. Pokopia is a $50? How much is Pokopia?
70?
70?
Yeah.
70?
Pokopia 70. But
So, yeah.
here's the thing, though, is like some of those games you can find on Facebook Marketplace for cheaper. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to find Mario Kart World, you can probably find it for 40 or $50. So,
yeah, if you want to have a bunch of physical trash around your place, yeah.
That's true. But it is funny. We said this when this happened last year. We're like, if you want to Switch 2, funny enough, getting it at launch will be the cheapest way you can ever get a Switch 2.
Yeah.
And that continues to be true. If you want it cheap, you had to buy it when it first came out, which has never been the regular, but
That is, it's wild.
you also got to shout out Nintendo for being like, hey, you have time to get one, right? Like, when every time
Yeah.
PlayStation and Xbox
they both do it.
have launched or raised the price, they've been like, hey, we're raising the price, and it's happening like fucking next Tuesday. So you
It's
better
like tomorrow it goes up by $50.
you better hope your GameStop has them and is willing to give you money for your old one right now. You know what I mean? Like, but whereas Nintendo's like, yo, you got time, you got all summer, more or less. Figure your shit out, buy our stuff.
To your point, Adam, I remember telling several friends who were like, I'm thinking about getting a Switch 2. Should I get it? And yeah, the argument being like, this is the cheapest the Switch 2 will ever be right now. So get it now. Otherwise, if you decide you're going to wait and get it later, it's going to be.
The thing with that, though, is like people who aren't in the know with like technology and video games and stuff, you tell them like, oh, this is as cheap as it's ever going to get. That doesn't make any goddamn sense in their brain.
It doesn't make
Like-
sense, period. Not just their brain.
I mean,
everyone's
it doesn't make
brain.
sense in gamer brains. Yeah, this is the first generation that consoles have gone up as the time goes by.
But what I'm saying is like we've seen it, like it's been a pattern over the last 5 years at this point, and just like telling that to like my mom, who was like, hey, me and Brian want to get a Nintendo Switch so that we can play Nintendo Switch Sports. Yeah, exactly. So we could play Nintendo Switch Sports, and I was explaining to them like, all right, the Switch one, you could buy a used one for, I don't know. I got them like a crazy good deal on it, so I paid like $50 for their Switch, I think. But anyway, I was like, you could buy a used Switch for like $200 from GameStop, or you could buy a Switch 2 for $500, right? That's how much it is. $450 used at GameStop.
$450, yeah. $450 new.
$450 new. Either way, it's like,
Yeah.
but that's as cheap as it's ever going to be. And like, that just did not make sense in their heads. So like, what do you mean? Like the Switch 1's only $200. I'm sure it wasn't $200 when it came out. I'm like, no, it's different.
Like, no, you voted for Donald Trump, and this is the repercussion of your action right now. So,
You know what's I'm reading this last part, market changes, blah 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 blah, revise the MSRP of Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems. So the original one is also getting a price increase again.
didn't that? Yeah, it got a price increase a few months ago. I feel
Or
like.
this might be talking about the previous one, or it might be another one on September 1st. The original Switch might also. I don't know that. I haven't seen that reported. It's
Yeah.
just funny looking at this quote from them and being like, both systems are getting a price adjustment.
If you're in the market for a Switch 1 for whatever reason, the only reason I can imagine somebody being in the market for a Switch 1 is somebody like Adam who doesn't have a Switch 1 or 2 and just like wants to play some of the old games, or somebody who's trying to buy like their kid's first video game console for like a 5 or 6-year-old, right? That is not a Switch.
This is my Switch one right here.
It's allegedly a Switch.
Well, allegedly my Switch one right here.
Either way, what I'm saying is like, if you're in the market for a Switch 1, you should not be buying that fucking thing new. You could find these things
Absolutely not.
on the side of the road 9 out of 10 days of the week. You know what I mean? Like, you
That's
should
the
not
one
be
thing
buying a
GameStop
brand new
is good
Switch.
for, is buying a used Switch. That's it.
Wild consoles, baby. It's weird. Gears E-Day. Date announced by WrestleMan, says Chris Scullion at VGC. A newly announced WWE event might have provided a clue to the release date of one of Microsoft's biggest games of the year. During the WWE Backlash Live event this past weekend, the company announced that Triple Mania, a 2-day event in collaboration with Mexican promotion AAA, not the car
Nope.
company, okay,
The Lucha Libre
will take place on
Federation.
September 11th, never forget, and 13th. WWE also revealed that the event will be sponsored by Gears of War E-Day, Microsoft's upcoming Xbox Series X/S and PC game. WWE events have featured video game and movie tie-ins in the past, usually timed to coincide with their release. That feels about right, y'all, because we know we're getting at Summer Game Fest in less than a month. We know we're getting a dedicated Microsoft like deep dive into E-Day as part of their conference. And so what is that, 2 months, 3 months after that? I feel like that's lining up.
It's just crazy to me. Because whenever people say, like, Gears of War E-Day is this year, I don't believe it, just because compared to every other game that's coming out this year, which we have seen trailers and gameplay for, Gears of War E-Day is only the one trailer so far. Again, it is going to be the post-show, like, deep dive thing. But to me, I'm like, I just assume Gears of War E-Day is not this year just because we've seen so little of it. But when I was watching wrestling and they brought up like, oh, Triple Mania is sponsored by Gears of War, I'm like, oh, it's coming out in September straight up, because this is a trend. I think it's somewhere in the article, I didn't copy it over, that basically every time there's been a crossover or a collaboration for video games with WWE, it's literally like 2 weeks later the game comes out. Like literally every single time. It's like, oh, Rey Mysterio dressed up as, you know, the fucking guy from Doom the Dark Ages, and the Doom the Dark Ages come out 2 weeks later. It's like, that's just what they do. So the fact that they put it out like this, you know, so far ahead, it's like, oh, that guarantees this game is coming out. But again, I guess that's what the 45 minutes after the showcase will show us. But I just, in my mind, that's still not a 2026 game, but apparently I'm wrong.
I am so excited for this game.
Dude,
I
I'm
love
pumped.
Gears of War. I love the subtle like node to the OG games trailer with, you know, the what is it, Mad World song? Like
Yep.
the subtle notes in the background of this trailer. It got me so excited for this. And the fact that we haven't seen anything in like 2 years, more or less, on this is kind of crazy. I'm very excited.
What do you think Microsoft's trying to say about Gears of War E-Day, Emergence Day, the day that there was a significant event that happened that changed the way humanity lives from then on out, right? 25-year anniversary this year of that. It's also the 25-year anniversary of September 11th this year,
It's going to come out on
where a
September 11th?
significant event changed the way that Americans live on a day that anyone, airport security, all the war on terror that has not yet ended, government surveillance. I think Microsoft's trying to draw a parallel between Gears of War and September 11th.
Are you trying to say that
apparently on September 11th?
The locusts are a Taliban weapon? Is that what you're trying to say?
I think Gears of War is an allegory. I didn't think it started that way, but it is developed into and retroactively now will become an allegory for the Taliban. Yes.
They say art imitates life, and sometimes, you know,
And then My Chemical Romance is going to form in E-Day because 9/11 happened, right?
What day? Okay, Gears of War had to not come out.
no, the
Xbox
original was like
released in November, right?
2006, maybe.
Yeah.
It was 05 or 06.
360 came out in 05. I don't know when.
It was
years, but
06 then,
close.
because it was
So
like
probably 06.
it was in the
early
winter.
06.
Yeah, Gears of War released November 7th, 2006.
Okay, yeah, so a year afterwards. Yeah. So in 2006, 5 years into the war on terror.
Yep. Yep. On a different note, you were talking about WWE and like this always aligns, and I think that's a direct opposite approach that Microsoft's taking to marketing for Halo Campaign Evolved. Because I don't know if you've seen this, but as of like a month ago, if you buy Fanta, there's a code that you can redeem for like special armor in Halo Combat Evolved. So they're selling Fanta with codes on it for a game that they haven't even announced a release date for.
So there's a lot of rumors that that game was supposed to come out when this campaign, like around this time, like now, but for whatever reason the game got delayed. But like Fanta's like, yo, you're not fucking leaving us with all these goddamn
These
cans.
were printed up fucking 6 months ago. They're going
Everybody
out.
hang on to all your bottles for an indefinite amount of time.
I mean, I think you could still redeem the code. It's not
Where?
like, what do you mean? On a website.
Where do you redeem the code? On a website that's tied to what?
Probably
To the
link it to
game.
your
The game
account,
doesn't
and you
exist.
do the
Your
website. and you
Xbox
get-
account.
The game doesn't exist.
But whenever
don't
you
trust
launch
it.
the game, Chad, they figured out
don't
accounts.
trust
It's
it.
not hard. It's not difficult. I do this all the
Don't
time.
trust it.
Wait,
Don't
how
remember
am I
Doritos
supposed
Ploids?
how am I supposed to pre-order a game? It doesn't exist. Who am I giving my money to?
Speaking about giving
Give your money to the
somebody,
CEO of GameStop so he can buy eBay. This comes from Wesley Inpool at IGN. GameStop has made an unsolicited $55.5 billion offer to buy eBay earlier in May. At the time, Cohen, who would become CEO of the combined company, said he wanted to make eBay a, quote, legit competitor to Amazon, as he bids to grow his business beyond games and collectibles and hit a $35 billion payout in the process. It's worth noting that Cohen can make up to $35 billion in stock if the company's market value hits $100 billion, among other compensation package criteria. So he's trying to buy eBay to inflate the price or the value of the GameStop empire so that he might get this $35 billion payout. eBay has officially rejected GameStop CEO Ryan Cohen's $56 billion offer to buy the company. The eBay board of directors said it had rejected GameStop's unsolicited proposal following a thorough review. Cohen had said that if eBay's board rejected his offer, he would take it directly to shareholders, insisting, quote, "There is nobody who is more qualified, based on my experience, to run the eBay business." In a response letter to Cohen, eBay chairman Paul Pressler called the offer neither credible nor attractive. One of my favorite things that's not represented here also is that Cohen started selling a bunch of shit on eBay to pay for the purchasing of eBay.
Oh my God.
And eBay banned his account, and the reason they gave him is because you're trying to sell things in order to buy eBay. What a wild story.
So the stuff that he was selling apparently was a bunch of stuff from the Game Informer office.
Yeah, I did hear that. There's stuff from the old Game Informer.
So when GameStop shut down Game Informer, they didn't let them take any of that shit. So like that's all the stuff he was trying to sell on eBay was all that stuff. Like there was a Halo 2 Master Chief statue, like just like a whole bunch of really cool video game memorabilia. Yeah, and did any of you guys watch the interview when he was on CNN?
Yes,
or something?
I wanted to bring this up. The funniest thing. Okay, so initially
they kept asking him like, "Where's the money coming from?" He's like, "It's on our website."
He said it's on because the thing was that GameStop is only valued at like $10 billion. And they're like, "Where are you getting $45 billion in cash?" It's on the website.
It's on the
he
website.
Just like refused to answer where the money's
He
coming
just kept
from.
saying it's on the website. And then like they kept prying and asking questions. He's like, "I don't know. I don't understand what you're asking." It was just like, but he had to do it with like such a straight face, like a fucking CEO of a company.
It's the funniest interview of all time, dude.
It's so dumb.
So good.
It's almost like a The Onion skit or something. Like it doesn't feel real.
Like, sir, your company isn't worth the amount of money you're offering. I don't understand what you're asking.
Yeah, I don't understand what you're asking.
Oh, that's such a stupid story.
Good for him though for taking a moonshot. Like, if it works, it's going to be one of the like most famous acquisitions in history, and people are going to tell stories about it for the rest of time.
If it doesn't work, it's still one of the most famous stories, acquisitions, potential acquisition in history.
The way he talks, there is nobody who is more qualified, based on my experience, to run the eBay business. Me, the man who wants to buy it, says I'm the most qualified person in the world to do it. It's the funniest shit, dude.
He's
a funny man.
He's looking around, he's like, who else is going to do it? Huh? Who the fuck else? Only me. I'm the one who offered $53 billion.
That he doesn't have. And eBay's like, we're worth more than your company. But like, I can do it though. But like, I can do it. With what money? I've got the money. Don't worry about it.
Look at my website, adambuyseBay.com.
Fucking the stupidest shit in the world. Shout out to that guy. He's not going to get paid because he literally, I think he makes no money unless he does this crazy $100 billion.
Yeah, he has a $0 salary unless he.
So he's trying everything in the world, dude. He's gonna invest. He's gonna do futures in betting. He's gonna be like, the Chiefs are gonna win the Super Bowl. It's 100 to 1 odds. So if I place a $10 billion bet, I'll make him $100 billion. He's gonna do something stupid like that.
All right, folks, that brings us to Game On Game Show. Game On Game Show, we play a game called Game On, the gaming show on a game show, game. We're going to play another quick round of GameStop Blackjack. That's to celebrate the GameStop employee, or the GameStop CEO trying to buy eBay. What's the shtick on this one? It has to have either the word game, stop, black, or jack in the title of the game. And because it's such a weird, tough to think of thing, we're just going to see whoever can get the most value.
Or we're looking just for the most money.
Yeah, just most value. We're not doing 21.
But they need to be
get the
actual
most
real
value.
things that they would buy.
They need to be actual trade.
Joel, don't Google it. You got to just think it off the top of your head.
I'm sending a text.
Game, stop, black, or jack have to be in the title of the game.
Okay.
And you have to, if you guess something and it doesn't exist or it has no trade-in value, then it's automatically zero.
It's zero. So the idea is that we go on GameStop.com, look for trade-in values for games, and the highest, in this instance, the highest between 3 games, I'm guessing?
Yeah, we'll do 3 games. 3 games, whoever has the highest price.
Joel, do you want to go first?
Joel went first last time we played GameStop Blackjack, so we're going to do Adam.
Okay, I've got one on mind. It came up to my mind immediately. Give me Borderlands: The Handsome Jack Collection.
Oh, very good. Borderlands Handsome Jack. What platform?
I don't remember what it's on. Give me whatever the PlayStation SKU is. I don't remember if it's a PlayStation 4. I don't remember what it was, to be honest with you.
All right. So, ooh, Adam.
Yep.
There's a little complication.
Okay.
Jack is not in the title of the collection.
Is it not?
It is Borderlands the Handsome Collection.
Oh, there's no fucking way. That is the stupidest
Borderlands
shit.
the Handsome Collection.
That is the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
Because I felt like it was a good pull. I'm still gonna give you something. I'm not going to give you the PlayStation version, which would have gotten you the most money at $2.20, but I will give you the Xbox One version that'll get you 83 cents.
I'll take the 83 cents, man. I'll do what I can do. All right.
All right, I'm going to go with Call of Duty Black Ops. But which one do I go with?
I mean, I'm not trying to help you win, but the newest one would probably make the most sense.
I'm also gonna put right now.
It could
we
go
only
over
get one
21,
Call of Duty
right?
Black Ops.
We're trying to get closest to 21.
No, we're just trying to get the
just
most,
most
because this
money.
is so hard.
Oh, the most money.
Yeah, because it's such a
okay.
specific. Yeah.
I thought that we were doing this and also trying to get it 21 or below.
No,
all right,
that
then yeah,
would be
I'll
impossible.
go the newest one, 7 for the Xbox Series X.
Call of Duty Black Ops 7.
What was
for
the rule
Xbox
you were saying,
Series
Chad?
X.
By the way.
We only get one Black Ops game.
Okay, that's fine.
Because I think that's cheating if we just do Black Ops 6, Black Ops 5.
True.
For the Xbox Series X, $16.50.
16? That's not bad.
All right.
$16.50?
So, yep, $16.50.
Oh, that's going to be tough to beat. Game. Oh, man. Chad, this is a tough one. GameStop, Black or Jack in the title. He already took Black Ops. All I can think of is old shit that's not going to get me anything at all. But I'm just going to say it because I'm going to be cool creative. Give me the game Black. From, I believe, that was a PS2 game.
Yeah.
Give me the PS2 version of Black.
remember, is that the one that had like bullet shells all over the cover? Or is
Yeah,
that a different
like
game?
a gun and the bullet shells on the cover. Yeah.
Black is not in GameStop's system, but I
tough.
will give you $1 because that was a good pull.
Because I pulled it. Yeah, I'm just trying to
Yep.
say cool shit at this point. And I'm not going to win. But, yeah, we'll do what we can.
It's got to be a game.
It has to be a game that you can trade in. Yes.
Okay. I thought we were playing by the old rules where it can be anything GameStop takes. I was going to be like the black iPhone or something like that. So GameStop, Black or Jack. Fuck no. I was going to say Jackbox, but I don't think they had physical games. And if they did, I don't know which one it is.
Ooh.
For what it's worth, they do, because I'll probably guess one. I don't know what but they do have Jackbox Party Pack games.
They have like collections though. It's not just like Jackbox Party Pack 7.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
All right. Game or stop? Game or stop? Why is this so fucking hard? Why is it so hard to think of a video game with the fucking word game? I'm trying to think of like a movie that has like a video game tie-in where it's like Wolverine, the video game.
I mean, I think Wolverine. I don't know if it was called the video game though.
No, because it was called X-Men Origins Wolverine. I don't think it also had the video game. Like that's such a long title.
It might. I know this is not going to get you a lot of money, but Wanted had the video. I think it was called Wanted the video game.
Hold on, I'll use that as a backup. I want to think. Okay. There's got to be fucking something. Oh, give me Pokemon Black.
Oh, okay, that's good. Ooh.
Version 2.
You're winning.
Pokemon Black 2. Let's see. Pokemon Black 2 for the Nintendo DS. $38.50.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, baby. I don't think there's any beating that.
I could have saw that going either way, where it's GameStop like knows the value, even though like that game's probably like $150 or something if you bought it used. I could either see it being $38 or them being like, we'll give you 15 cents because it's a 20-year-old game.
Right.
I'm going to continue my trend because I'm clearly not beating Joel with those two scores.
Let me announce the scores so far.
Yeah.
Adam, you have $1.83. Joel has $55. So you have to come up with a game that is $53.17 to tie.
Here's the problem. There is a game that's so rare it'd be worth a lot of money. If this was an eBay version, of the game. If they were combined, I would win. Which the game, I'm not going to win. So can you humor me, Chad? Go to eBay.
Yeah. Okay.
And look up The Guy Game and see what the copies of that game. I don't even know if that game is legal.
It's illegal.
Yeah, I don't even know if you can buy a copy of that game.
So I'm gonna go The Guy Game.
Price.
I'm gonna do. There's a way you can sort by like sold, right?
Yeah. The Guy Game price, because I'm with you. I don't think you can actually buy that game.
Maybe I'll just sort it by. Just
see, whenever I'm looking at pricecharting.com, that game sells for $249 as of May 2026 if you have complete in-box for PlayStation 2. But again,
I'm not finding The Guy Game on eBay anywhere.
No, you're not going to find it on eBay because that game is illegal. Okay. It is literally child pornography. But anyways, what I'm going to go with... There was a girl, I think she was 17 when she showed her tits, and she, obviously you can't do that because she's a minor.
The original Romeo and Juliet movie? Same thing? They were teenagers?
Right. She was very young. She was like 15 or something. Something crazy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go with a personal favorite of Respawn Aimfire. Again, this game is going to get me no points. I don't even know if there is a physical version of this game. But I'm going to go with Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the game.
All right, so Killer Clowns.
Because Pokemon Black fucking
from outer space.
There's no way.
It's called Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the game. What platform?
Give me the Xbox version of it.
The Xbox Series X version is $5.50.
Ooh-wee. I'm racking in the coins. Now, Joel, good luck finding another game that's also worth $20.
$20.
All right, Joel. We already know you won, but let's make it hurt.
It's so hard to think of a fucking game with video game Blackjack in the name. Actually, hold on. There's got to be a Blackjack game. There's got to be a game with Blackjack in the title.
There is, but that's not physical. Because there was those...
I know World Series of
those
Poker.
are Poker Nights. That's not even Blackjack. It's Poker Night.
Yeah, it's poker.
You also have the word stop. Nobody's even thought about
stop is the harder one. Because, what game has stop in the title?
Stop. I'm thinking like Game and Watch, but I don't know if that's the whole name of the game.
Game and Watch, stop.
I know Game and Watch is the fucking character name. I don't know if that's the name of a game. Stop.
Since I'm not playing anymore, I'm looking through my recently played games to see if any of these actually have this stuff in the title.
Stop. Why is it so hard?
It is tough.
Chad, can you think of a name with stop in the name? A game with stop in the name? After having looked it up, I'm sure.
I've not looked up anything, but no.
There's going to be something stupid where we're like, oh, that fucking game.
I've been trying to see what games that I could think of that fit this would go for. And
would you win?
No, I'm surprised at this one. Yeah. Go for it. What do you got?
Oh, I don't know.
Just think of Think of a licensed game that would have the game in it, like I did with Killer Clowns. Just think of something that is,
Oh, is there? No, I'm thinking there's got to be SpongeBob the video game, or something, or like SpongeBob the movie, the video game.
Oh yeah, those all have subtitles. All the SpongeBob games. You could just do something else from Ilphonic, because there was Killer Clowns. What was another one that they did? Friday the 13th, the game? Is that the name of that?
Yeah,
maybe?
Friday the 13th, the game. I'll go with that.
That game's the servers are gone, right?
I think there's no updates, but I think you can play.
All right, Friday the 13th, the game. You have 3 platforms to choose from:
Xbox.
PlayStation 4, Xbox One, or Nintendo Switch.
Xbox One.
$1.65.
Ooh.
If you went with the Switch version, you would have got $5.50.
I'm looking up games with the word stop.
The Family Guy game on the original Xbox, $11.
Oh, Family Guy, the game?
Yeah.
Games with stop in the name is so difficult to find because I cannot find
I
any
Googled it and it
apparently
came up with 3 games.
Oh, Wander Stop.
Oh, Wonder Stop would have been a
Oh,
good one.
Wonder Stop.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like that's probably a digital only game though.
Yeah,
Wonder Stop.
I don't think that had a physical version.
Nothing. All right, well there you go. That was a very difficult.
What are these total? What are these final scores?
Final score: Adam walking out with $7.33 towards the buy eBay fund, and then Joel $56.65.
Adam's gonna try and buy me out somehow. I know it.
Yeah, I've got the money. Just look at the website.
I'll look at the website.
And that has been James Blackjack. James Blackjack. That's it, everyone. That's it for Game on Game Show. That's it for Respawn Aim Fire episode 433. Yes, 433. Reminder, patreon.com/respawnaimfire is where you can go to tell us about the game that you want us to play for the next month. And you've told us that's Super Mario Galaxy 2. And so we're going to talk about it. Come on the show and talk about it. Send in your thoughts. We'll talk about it. And then also go there and listen to Rafter Dark, where we talk about some more things. Oh, I remember what a lot of the discussion was. Stories of being high.
Oh, yeah. That was part
There's
of it.
more throwing up. There's more throwing up.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, go listen to that. And it's fucking it. It's late. Adam's got to go to bed. It's almost midnight.
I'm going to watch Dune first.
Oh, that's right. You're going to watch that whole epic Dune first, part 1 and 2. All right, that's it, everybody. Until next time, here's our usual sign-off. I have pretty definitive proof that Joel is not a racist.